Hello, 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 everybody. Super good morning. How is everybody doing? A blink of an eye and another month has passed, right? So we are at the end of the month of July right now. Today is the 28th, right? I'm 28th. Yes, 28th of July right now, almost at the end of the month already. And amazingly, even 6 months in the calendar also passed already. Right? So we are going into August, which is the 6th month of the Chinese calendar. We are moving into the wood monkey, right? So we are going into the monkey month, and of course, after this, you're gonna go into the 7th month of the lunar calendar, where all the ghosts and ghouls all come out. At least according to the story, lah. Yeah, right. So I just introduced you to 3 different calendar system, right? So there is first the Gregorian calendar system, which gonna cross into the month of August, which is the 8th. August is the 8th. Yeah, the 8th of the month in the Gregorian calendar. Then there is gonna be the solar calendar, right? So solar calendar is only the 6th month. So the monkeys belong to the 6th month, right? So the first month is always the tiger, right? So then we have the lunar calendar, right? So the lunar calendar right now is basically on the 6th month of the lunar calendar. We're moving on to the 7th month, which is where the ghost month is, right? So yeah, a lot of calendar, right? So why so many calendar? Different people use calendar in different manner. That's all, right? So, but anyway, right? So today we're gonna go in and take a look at the Feng Shui, right? So and see what are the potential and which are the palace that potentially maybe you want to use, right? So and see how, right? So good morning first to everybody. I can see Manu is around, Pepper is around, Sabrina, Jocelyn, PJ Call, Kelvin, Selena is around, Gigi is around. How you guys are doing? Hopefully you are doing super fine today, right? So recently what news is Cambodia and Thailand is having a bit of missile exchange, or rather it's one-sided. One-sided missile exchange, right? So Singapore have their first sinkhole, right, after Malaysia has many. Sinkhole also Singapore wanna copy ours. Anyway, right? So good that no one disappeared. No, don't be like Malaysia lah. All right, so come, let's go in and take a look at this month energy signature and see what you can do with it, right? So as usual, getting in touch, Telegram is a good way to PM me, getting in touch, right? So the newsletter, like for example, the forecast for this one is actually published in the newsletter already last week, I think. Right, so you'll basically be getting it earlier. So if you want the read newsletter, go and sign up in Substack, right? So and of course the community channel, right? So whereby we share a bit of information where all the enthusiasts come together, right? So you got anything that you want to ask, you can go through the community channel, which is on Facebook, right? So right on top of my head. All right, so now let's take a look now. Because this is Feng Shui, right? So Feng Shui, we always talk about activation. So I want to keep it very simple. Activation in Feng Shui means making the area more yang. Right, yang means that making the area more active, right? So there's a few options for you to do so, right? So one is the easiest one, physically using the area. Go to the area and basically work in that particular area so that you are benefiting from the energy. So when we are talking about this, right, so we are not specifically talking about your house. It can be in your office. You can apply this in your office, right? So number two, you can use candle, right? So candle is basically the fire is something that can make the area more yang, right? So or you can use water. Now, whichever method you want to use is basically up to you. I don't limit you to whatever method it is, because anyhow, this is a 1 month energy. So a lot of the rules you can just safely ignore, right? So why does people use candle and use water is that you probably could have a situation whereby that particular corner that you want to use the energy is not conducive for you to use. Like for example, if that particular energy point is a staircase, it would be very impossible for me to ask you to sit in the staircase and work on your whatever work that you're doing. That would be very silly, right? So but your staircase, you can put a pail of water. If you feel like a pail of water is too big for your staircase, candle will work. Okay, so of course also a point of warning, if you're using candle, especially live fire, please be careful, fire hazard. It burns things down. So that's why a lot of time we only encourage people to use water, right? Water is cheap, at least in Malaysia, right? And if anything happen, you spill it, you just have wet water. pretty safe, right? So that's what we advise, right? Any way of it, you know, is basically having a yang energy point to help spread the energy around the house. That's it. Pretty easy. Yeah? All right. So no, that's how you're gonna activate it, right? So this is the energy distribution for the month of the monkey. Right, so which is August month. We start on the 7th of August. So right now, you know, please, it is not on the 1st of August. There are still people who think that the Gregorian calendar is ever great, you know, but nothing to do with it, right? So you are doing something that has to do with the solar calendar. The solar calendar transit on the 7th of August. Right, so it's 7th of August until 6th of September, which is this is valid. Right, so this is the energy distribution for the particular month, right? So we are using the flying star system, right? So this one, a lot of time people would say chasing the flying star. Chasing the flying star, right? So it's basically this system. So you target the energy signature that you want. So you see the energy signature is in which corner of your house and you activate the energy. Right, so just now activate means that, you know, you either sit in that particular corner to use the energy, or you can, you know, light the fire candle in that particular corner so that the energy in the corner will start spreading out to the rest of the house so that it will affect everybody inside the house. Or you can use water, which is the same effect. It will start spreading the energy out to the rest of the house. So right now is depending on what you want to do. Right, so then only you can take a look. So if you have a look at the this month energy distribution, this month is actually called Fu Yin month. Fu Yin month means that the energy return back to the original point of origin. Right, original point of origin of it. So Fu Yin depend on how you read the situation. Right, so a lot of people read Fu Yin as stagnation, no changes. Right, because yeah, original back to original, right? So it's no changes, it's stagnation. Or you can read it as what we call amplification, because every single energy is back on its home base. So when you're back on the home base, you know, you become more supposedly called powerful or more potent. All right, so that is basically what the system is talking about, right? So now, you know, it depends on how you're going to use the energy. So of course, because we are superimposing the monthly energy on top of the annual energy, so now you get a bit of a different signature of energy there is, right? Instead of just purely a monthly energy, we are reading it together with the annual energy, right? So this technique, a lot of time is called the purple white technique. Right, so it's just a naming convention. Again, I know, please don't get too uptight with, you know, whatever naming convention it is. Right, so up until the end, it is just 9 number, 9 specific characteristic. No matter how you mix it, it also only got, you know, that many combination only, right? So it's just understanding the signature, right? So to understand every single palace, right? So it's very simple. Also, yeah, I know, just because forget about it. There is a thing called your life gua, right? So no, so the life gua is basically the replacement system to replace a bit on the bazi. So no, in Chinese metaphysics, right? So the 3 main system that is available, which is the system of destiny. Which is where things like 八字, 紫微斗数 basically sit, right? So they are there to assess a person's talents and ability, right? So no, that's what the system is for. Then there is Feng Shui. So Feng Shui is basically assessing land energy. Okay, so Feng Shui actually doesn't assess a person's destiny; it affects a person's land's energy. And the Qi assess situational energy. Right, so how does the situation basically happen, right? So, but of course, you know, in the olden day, you know, because you study one school, you are not allowed to study the other school. That's how it works. So what they did is that they extend their system to cover the other school. Right, so the life gua is a system that was extended in Feng Shui to cover the destiny. So that's why everybody also, you know, if you can go, you can check your own personal life gua. One of these palace will be what we call your palace of origin. A palace of origin or your life gua palace. So whatever energy go into your life gua palace, it will also affect you. Right, right? So that's basically the 4th way of using this if you want, right? So again, you know, if you start to get confused, then forget about it. Just concentrate on using the energy inside your house. You know, that's what Feng Shui is designed for. Right, so the month of a monkey basically belong to the southwest, right? So that's where the monkey reside. So we will start off with talking about the southwest combination. Right, so now Southwest got a combination of 8, 2. Right, so now 8, 2 is a combination of 10. So which means 8 plus 2 equal to 10. Right, so in Feng Shui practice, especially Xuan Kong, right, so yeah, we give a bit of what we call special position for this sort of conjunction, right? So which is called a combo of 10 conjunction. So combo of 10 conjunction, of course, you know, you got the 6 and also 4. 7 and also 3, right? So then this is 8 and also 2 and 9 and also 1. There's no such thing called 5 conjunction. All right. So now all of this conjunction basically is talking about a collaborative or a working together opportunity between two energy, which is synchronized together, right? So it is good for any sort of activity that has to do with working together, right? So the 8 and also 2, both of them happen to be wealth related star. So by the way, the Earth star is called the wealth star. So it includes the star number 8, star number 5. You know, star number 5 is wealth star. Yes. And also star number 2, right? So it's just that all these three, the characteristic of their wealth is different. Like for example, star number 2 is basically cumulative wealth. So a lot of time, you know, it's basically what you like to call investment wealth, right? So it is something that you slowly build up, you slowly accumulate. Whereas the star number 8 is the wealth has already been accumulated. You need to hard working to bring it out. So it's like mining. And then the star number 2 is like agricultural. So in the olden day, they are actually very little they talk about agriculture. A lot of times star number 2, they talk about military training. So in a country, if you want the country to prosper, you know, to be able to attack and take over other people's land, you need a strong military force. And star number 2 is basically the training camp of the star, right? So this is about you invest a certain amount of effort and time into the activity. When the activity become mature, right, so you will be able to reap a return, right? So reap a return. So it's like planting a tree, right? So you plant a tree, you know, you put a seed into the ground, you know, nothing happened, you tend to the ground, you remove the weed. So after a certain amount of time, you get a big durian tree, right? So durian tree. So you know, the durian tree will keep on bearing fruit for you for a long time. So this is what star number 2 is. So which means this particular star right now, you know, if for those of you who are into the area of investment, this may be the energy that you want to use, right? So other profession that can use this is basically medical, especially doctor, right? So now star number 2 also is a sickness star. So it's a sickness star, can use one. Can, if your doctor sickness star is good, man. Your money come from sick people. Okay, sickness star is basically good. Or you are into what we call personal development. Personal development, human resource, or HR. Right? So HR is basically a work of developing the staff. You know, once you finish training the staff become competent, the staff would be able to continuously generate what we call result for your company. That's basically the job of human resource, right? So it's basically star number 2, right? So no, that's basically right. So the problem with star number 2 is that it is a bit slow. A lot of time, nothing to see. So right now, when it's going back into the original palace, it become even slower. Sluggish, right? So it's big. So of course, you know, if your entire thing is that, you know, you want to build a strong foundation for whatever that you're doing, right? So you want to build a very strong foundation. This combination will be very good. It is the combination of hardworking, patience, resiliency, right? So you know, right? So what is that? Fu Yin is idea of Qi. No lah, Gigi got nothing to do. Fu Yin, every single thing also got. Right, please, you know, Fu Yin is not a Qi idea. Okay, right? So Fu Yin, anything also have one. Right, so even your Bazi chart also got Fu Yin itself, which is Grand Duke, by the way. Right, so Grand Duke is a Fu Yin situation. Fu Yin just means same. That's it. Right, so Fok Yam. Right, so which the other side is called Fan Yin. Fan Yin is complete opposite. Fan Yam to Fok Yam, that's all. It's actually come from music, by the way. Fu Yin is resonance. Right, resonance. Right, so you know, when the two music note is the same, it's basically Fok Yam. So it will amplify the music. Fan Yin is distortion, I think, if I'm not wrong. Right, so but anyway, that doesn't matter. Right, so now this one, of course, it requires a lot of patience. Right, so it requires a lot of patience. It is really very slow. So for those of you who are really trying to build very strong foundation, this is the star for you to do, right? So strong foundation means that, you know, you want to build a strong working relationship with someone. This is a bit on the human resource side of it, right? You want to, you know, solidify the relationship between you and your clients, and right, so this is good, right? So your working relationship with your clients, so you know, you got certain clientele, right? So it's good for probably what you call customer engagement or customer service type of things, right? So you want to build things that is long term. This is the combination that you want to use, right? So for investment, right, means you know, you are actually building up your capital. Right? So you guys know that investment, if you don't have capital, you know, it's not going to work, right? Investment is a percentage return on your capital, right? So please don't go and, you know, listen to people, you know, oh no, 1,000 ringgit, you know, I can make 10,000, you know, that it doesn't happen, right? It doesn't happen that way, right? So this is not gambling. Investment is not gambling, right? So investment means that, you know, if your rate of return for whatever strategy that you do, you know, you got investment, you got a strategy, right? So your strategy, if the rate of return is 10%, right? 100,000 mean that you get 10,000 a year, lor. Tell me, 10,000 a year, is it, you know, enough for you to live off? No, not enough, right? So, you know, and you know, if let's say, you know, you got a million, then, you know, it's like 100,000 a year, then pretty much quite okay. But the question to you is, where does the million come from? Right? A lot of people want to be investor, you know, so it's like, hey, hello, investor need capital, right? So if you're able to get a capital of 1 million, right, why don't you get the next million? It is much faster than investment. Obtaining capital, you know, you have the skill set of earning capital. It's actually much more powerful than investment. It's not saying that don't do investment. Investment is for people who has the ability to earn capital. And then investment make a lot of sense. Right? Other than that, you know, nah. All right. So next one, let's take a look. You know, so let's go the other way around. Always like that. Right. So we go to the south, right? So we go to the south. So south got this 9 and 6 combination. So star number 9 is the star of attention, which is the default timely star for the year of this coming 20 years. You know, the period of 9. Right. So if you want to improve your attention. Improve your attention means that not you pay attention to people, people pay attention to you. All eyes on you. All eyes on you. Now, this is the palace that you want to use. Right? So, no, it's together with the star number 6, which is the leadership star. So, this one basically, again, in the olden day, they don't like this sort of combination, this 9-6 combination, which means that your leader has been exposed. So, you guys, you know, right? So, like Gigi said, you know, Chiman, right? So, now you can see, the entire idea of Chiman is to hide the leader. The leader is not supposed to be known where it is, because why? The leader usually is the open target. People know where your leader is, people know where your leader is going, right? They will have ambush to kill your leader, right? So this is basically exposing your leader. But today, things doesn't happen that way, right? So in a way, you know, this 9-6 actually give you an opportunity to expose your leadership, which means that, you know, people may have the expectation that you're a leader, you're the spotlight, you know, they want you to become a leader. So of course, the question right now is that, do you really have leadership ability? Right? For those people who really already have leadership ability, you know, this palace allow you to shine your leadership ability. Leadership means carry responsibility, right? So which is, you know, including taking blame for probably certain stuff that you have never done, taking the hits. That's basically what the general expectation of a leader is. You know, you think that, oh, I want to become leader, right? So, you know, leader means that, you know, you go out there, get shot by people. Right? No, so now is literally people is not going to shoot you, but, you know, you get a bit no, very recent one, the Coldplay Kiss Cam, it's a 9-6 situation. The leader is exposed. See, right? So it's a company CEO, which is the leader. You know, right now the camera, right now entire world attention is there. Passed already, by the way. Right? It's this sort of circumstance. So if you want to put yourself into this sort of circumstance, you are able to handle the exposure. You know, you want people to, you know that you exist as a leader of a company. Good, right? So now everybody sees you, right? So the hexagram is a great reward hexagram, right? So great reward hexagram means that, you know, it will amplify whatever that's supposed to come your way. Negative also amplify, positive also amplify. Please don't go and have that particular thought that, you know, oh, is there any way, no, this is just gonna benefit me, it's not gonna, it depends on what you're doing. If internally you're a wreck, it will amplify your wreck. People will start to see that you're a wreck. Right, so if you are somebody who is, you know, very, very orderly, you know, you're done thing, people will see that, you know, see is whatever that gets seen is whatever that is available to be seen, man. Make sense, huh? Right? So want attention? There you go. Right? So there you go. But there's a strong sense of responsibility there. So which means if you're a weak leader, everybody will see you as a weak leader. So if you are a competent, strong leader, everybody will see you as a competent, strong leader. Make sense? Very easy. Right? So, you know, if you want, you can do this. Right? So same thing. Now again, you can basically sit in this particular area to do your whatever attention-based influencing thingy, you know, whatever announcement you want to make, you can do that. Right? So, or, you know, you can light a candle in this particular area. Right, so no, or you know, you can put a, you know, pail of water in this particular area. Right, so no, by the way, it's usually usually we will activate the energy prior to specific activity that we're doing. So like for example is that, you know, you have a press launching for your business. So, you know, business, you know, trying to get fund, and you know, you guys going to launch a business so that, you know, you'll be able to go and get fund now, right? So that is a good timing for you to do an activation with a specific date, with specific good energy that further assists in this particular process. You activate the energy, then you go and do the launching. Right? Feng Shui, if you want it to work, it needs to be accompanied by an action. So I always tell people, you know, Feng Shui is basically like the turbo button in the car. If your car is not moving, so which means that you got zero action, you press the turbo button, the car also don't go anywhere. Right? But if you press the turbo button in the wrong area, right? So which means that you're not ready, you know, you can't control the situation, you don't have the ability to control the car, you hit the turbo button, it will kiss the tree, right? So only when you are very sure of the direction that you're going, right? So then you hit the turbo button will benefit you. So that's why a lot of people, when they apply Feng Shui, right, you know, a lot of time they crash land, or the result is not there, because why? After they activated Feng Shui, they sit around and do nothing. They think it's magic, you know, they think God will come down and help them. No, sorry lah, right? So it just help with the amplification. Right, so let's take a look at the Southeast. Now, Southeast is originally, again, the information palace. Right, this is the palace where information come to you. So the star number 4 is the default, what we call academic star. Right, so academic star, you know, so that's why if you are into improving your academic things, right? So now improving academic things mean that you want information to reach you. You want information to reach you, and this is not exactly that you want to see that, you know, I want to be smarter, right? So smarter means that you receive certain information. Right? So now this includes if you are, again, share market, right? So share market, if you are doing share market analysis, this one is helpful. So you are doing research and development, R&D. So this is helpful. If you are doing investigation, this is helpful. Right, so these are, you know, combination that's basically helpful with it. So especially right now, you know, you got the star number 1. So star number 1 is a water star, and it's basically the connectivity star. So this one combination will help you connect with information, connect with smart people. Right, so you'll be surrounded with information and also surrounded with smart people. So, you know, if information is the king, right? So it's good lah. Right, so, you know, for those of you, maybe, you know, now please, you don't activate it and then expect that your exam will be good. Exam good or bad got nothing to do with star number 4. The star number 4 actually allow you to receive information. So which means that probably if you activate this, right, you will end up in a discussion that talk about certain maybe past year question about your exam, and then suddenly, when you go for the exam that time, that question show up. And past year question, you know, that particular question show up, and you have prior, it's like you have prior information to it that helps you with the exam. But you know, if you just activate this and then, you know, you does nothing and then every day go and swipe your TikTok, it probably won't help you in your exam. It doesn't make you smarter. The star number 4 do not make you smarter at all. It doesn't, suddenly, you are a lazy bugger, then suddenly you become smart. No. But it does expose you to people and incident that carries information. That's what star number 4 is for. Right? So no business to launch. So I can light up candle in the south just for attention. Up to you lah, GG. Right? Up to you lah. Right? So again, the warning is the attention come, is, if you got nothing to show people, people will see that you are nothing. Understand? Right? So this one is very helpful. Star number 4, very helpful if you really want to learn something. Right? You really want to learn something, that's something that you want to acquire. Somehow, somewhere you will meet up with people who has the exact information that you need. Make sense? Good, right? So again, for those that who's going through exam or studying, I think it's good. It's good. Right? So you can set up your study table there. Right? You can set up your study table there. Again, if you go and sit there and then you watch rubbish YouTube, you'll be able to understand the rubbish YouTube very nicely. Right? You will be able to do that, right? So lawyer also can use, if you got a case. The case is a bit on the tight end side. If you activate this, you may be presented with certain evidence that you previously does not have. Right? So certain information may come preview to you, and that will help you turn your case around. Okay? Yeah. Receiving information. So if you're in the information industry, got it. If it's not, kebolo. Right? Right, so you receive information that you're not going to action upon, right? Just receive information, so what's the point? I don't know, right? Depend on you, right? So 9-3, so 9-3 is basically the star number 3 is in the olden days basically a very resilient star. Resilient means that cannot die. It represents soldier. So it represents soldier marching, fall down, stand up, so fall down, stand up, it's that sort of particular situation, because the star number 3 is still a growth star. It's a growth star, it's a piece of tree that's basically growing, right? So that's why it's very difficult to die, right? So, but it has a bit of the suffering path. So when the 9 and 3 together, as long as the fire and the wood basically mixed together is a sign of a growth that is happening. Right, so no sign of growth that's basically happening, because the wood will continuously supply the fire for the fire to continuously to burn. So that enhances a person's ability to influence somebody, catches attention. So imagine from far away you see bonfire. Right, so for human only, when humans see fire, you would know that certain creature of civilization basically exists. Okay, makes sense, right? So when humans see fire in the dark, a certain level of civilization exists, because we understand that animal will not start fire. Okay, humans start fire. So when you see it, you will naturally gravitate towards moving to that particular direction, because they are civilization. Animal is the other way around. They see fire, they run. Right, because they know that fire means danger, right? So human is a bit on the different side, right? So so this one is basically talking about advancement. So star number 3 today is primarily used for people who are in physical training, sport, right? So for sports people, right? So sports people, this combination is good, so you are able to rally people, right? So like for example, you're a personal trainer. Right, so now this one specifically personal trainer. So you're a personal trainer, you want to let people know that you got this personal training service. You can activate this star, right? So the star number 9 give you the attention, right? The star number 9 give you this particular attention, and then the star number 3 let you show your proudness, right? Your physique, right? So can go and now you can go and sell a durian, without shirtless. So there's one guy named Jordan Yo who does that. Long time ago, he went very, very famous. You can try back the same stunt with this. I don't know what you want to do, right? So it's that particular type of combination, right? So people see you as an inspiration. So again, in the sporting arena, right? So if it's not in the sporting arena, the star number 3 basically is a person who argues a lot, right? It's argument star again, right? Because what happens is that the argument don't die, right? So it's a person who, you know, continuously just trying to, it's not even trying to convince with you, you know, it's just trying to argue, right? So that's why, you know, a lot of time we try not to use this particular star, but when this star is coupled with star number 9, which is the fire star, the negative aspect of the star basically is being reduced. So how we control the star is to reduce the energy, and we use the producing element. So wood produce fire. So when this combine together, it basically gives you an edge in terms of your ability to show people your proudness. So again, only in physical activity related matter, it seems to be positive. In normal corporate matter, you will end up with a person who continuously argue with someone. Right, so this combination, probably your argument got grounding. You may win the argument, but long term doesn't seem to be good, right? So you will be somebody who is argumentative. Now, maybe you're in a debating team. That helps. Okay. Right? Taiwan got a lot of this debating show. Taiwan, is it Taiwan? China? No, China got a lot of this debating show that you can go and watch. All right, so Northeast, you know, Northeast got the star number 8. Now, star number 8 is your, you know, very favorite, what we call well star. Right, when star number 8, yes, you know, in the Xuan Gong flying star, people call the star number 8 the well star. It's because why? The star number 8 has been the timely star for the past 60 years. So most of us who knows Feng Shui, whatever, we were nurtured in the period 8. So that's why star number 8 is the default well star. For the next 60 years, it's going to be star number 2, by the way. Right, so which means that whoever, you know, is going to be in the next 60 years, their story is going to be star number 2 is the well star. Right, so we are the, you know, from the star number 8, right? So star number 8 represents somebody who is very hardworking. So again, I just ask people, just imagine a cave, mountain, right? So how you're going to access the gold and also treasure in the mountain? Very diligently, you know, take the pickaxe and go find it, right? Go mine the mountain, right? So it's together with star number 5, right? So the star number 5, again, because it is an untimely star, so star number 5 would only be timely in period 3, 4, and 5. So right now it is very untimely. So there's a lot of negative connotation for star number 5. For being number 1, being temperamental. Temperamental, brainless. Right. So 5 and 8 combination is an extremely stubborn, hardworking person. So which means that if the person is hardworking in the wrong direction, very difficult to fix the further direction. One track mind. Right, one track mind. Right. So of course, if it's one track the right direction, then great for you. But if you one track the wrong direction, it's not good. Right. So now a lot of time also I tell people, you know, this star number 8. Hardworking star, right? So then, you know, a lot of the employees say, oh, no, I'm going to activate this particular star. It's not going to bring you any money. It's just going to bring you work money. You will see that definitely your productivity and effectiveness goes up, right? So you become somebody who is like the go-to person when it comes to work. You can solve a lot of problems that other people cannot get done. So what happens, you know, when you are starting to solve problems that other people cannot get done, you know, you see like, oh, no, then I become very important. No, you become the dumping ground for everybody else's unfinished work. That's the facts. Because why? You can get it done, ma. Right? You can get it done. The work don't go to you. Go to who? You tell me. Go to the guy who cannot get the work done. Never thought of that, huh? Right? You become the famous person, right? So now this is a situation whereby you think you finish the work, then, you know, it's like, yeah, I got the work finished already, then more work come to you, right? So this is the peel hexagram, right? So peel hexagram means there's layers of things happening. You know, peel hexagram means that the mountain is dropping line by line, right? So mountain is basically, you know, being, you can see that this is a layer by layer landslide like that. Right, so, you know, so a lot of episode of things, right? You think you finish this, you know, but then more is coming. And also, then you look at this like this. How if you are an employee with fixed workload and your workload is not connected with remuneration, I advise you not to use this. But if you are a business person, then good. Business development, sales. Right, so this combination pretty good, right? So you will, you know, have a lot of opportunity to attempt to close sales at least. right? So there seems to be a lot of prospect for you to talk to. So now whether you can close or cannot close the sale, that depends on your sales capability and technique. But the opportunity is given to you. So now this one, right, same situation is that there are certain clients that your competitor may not be seeing, right? So or they are unable to close, you are able to see them and close them. At least given the opportunity to close them. So which is good. And then your remuneration is directly tied to the amount of client you are able to sign. Then good lah, effort got payment, effort got payment, effort got payment, effort got payment. Instead of, if you're office bound, you're just gonna get work that other people did not finish, they're just gonna dump it to you and you finish it and then you think that, you're great. No, you're just gonna be tied down there, right? They're gonna send you more work, and more work. I don't think it's a good deal. Okay, right. So North Palace, right? So North Palace got this 7-1 combination, right? So 7-1 combination, the star number 1 is the star of connectivity. So again, its job is basically just to spread out. Like water is spread out and it connects with everything that it touches, all direction. Right? So that's basically what water does, right? So this is what commerce, seafarings is, right? So star number 7 is the talking star, right? So basically it's a lot of talking. Right, so now unfortunately, star number 7, which is the Dui Gua, again, it is labeled as talking crap. They just don't like star number 7. Right? So again, it is the comparison between 6 and 7, which is both a metal star. 6 represent power, authority, and control. So the star number 7 is the loser of the fight. Right? So they represent things like bandit lah, begging for your life, right? So it's not very gentle, but anyway, it is still representing the entire art of talking, right? So you see that talking and also the star number 4 got different. Star number 4 is actual information. Star number 7 is not actual information. That's the difference. Right? Star number 4 basically is sound. Right? So this one 7-1 is sound is traveling. So gossip. Bit messy, right? So you need to be careful. Again, this one is very helpful if you are running a tabloid newspaper, right? If you're really running a newspaper, you want people to read your newspaper. There you go, all the sensational things, whether it's true, not true, right? So if that's it, right? So if you run a propaganda department, I don't know, maybe you work for the government, this is the propaganda department, you can activate this particular star, your propaganda will spread like wildfire. Right, so, or you want to, gong sam, gong say, correct, talk 3, talk 4, and so Cantonese gong sam, gong say, rubbish. Or you want to start a rumor about somebody in your office, activate this star. Activate in the office, please. No, activate in your house. Activate in your house, then, you start rumor about your house. Please go to your office, and then buy one of those huge IKEA candle and then light it up in the office. And then, after light it up, you can start spreading, talking, about the guy that you want to talk about. It's a good way to careerly murder someone. Really bad. I teach you this sort of stuff. Right, so what if you use to spread good rumor? Also can. It also work. Right, so because the energy actually doesn't know what is good or bad, it just helps you spread it. Right, so how you beautify the word. Right, so if you know how to beautify the word, which means that your eloquency is at a higher level, then good luck. Right, so so the problem with a lot of people are not eloquent. Okay, you don't know how to carve things to talk about. Right, so and depend. All right, so now come, let's go back to the star number 6, right? So now, of course, Northwest is if you want to maintain power and authority. So 3 and 6 is basically the elder son and also the father. So star number 6 is the father, right? So star number 3, Zhen Gua, is the elder son. Qian Gua father, Zhen Gua elder son. So the dynamic between these two particular idiot is the son always want to take over the family, the father don't want to let go. Right, but the father, because it is the star number 6, which is metal star, metal counter wood, so the wood doesn't really have much of a bargaining power in this particular situation. So this is a situation, why the father is constantly telling the son that, you are not ready yet. Father, I'm going to be able to contribute to the country, so, it's like, I want to head the army and, fight off the bad guy. And then the father said that, no, son, you're not ready for it. Okay, right? So the great strength basically tells you that this is going to be a very difficult struggle. Probably this one, the situation that the son is in a position whereby it is actually somewhat capable, but the fathers don't want to let go, because it's again Fu Yin, right? So Fu Yin is a situation of stagnation. The father do not want to let go of the power and authority. So a lot of family, especially a rich family that has some business backing, they have this particular issue. Singapore was in this particular issue for a very long time. When the senior Lee Kuan Yew, although is not prime minister, you guys know that the guy is like, objecting everything from the back, and nobody dare to do anything to him. Okay, yeah. So that's why right now, when the guy is gone already, you see that Singapore also, the leader no no power. Right, the leader seems like no no power, right? So it's this sort of situation. One party want to go out, another party, so if you are a bit like, yes, a bit like Dr. Mahathir, but Dr. Mahathir's problem is that he actually got no power over the prime minister, right? So but Lee Kuan Yew last time got absolute power over the prime minister. The prime minister is basically just puppet. Right, for Singapore case only. So Malaysia case, we are a bunch of loose cannon. So now this one, if you are the leader who want to suppress everyone else, you can activate this. Right, if you are the leader, you want to suppress somebody else, I think that's the only situation you can do this, right? So you can use this to suppress people, but it's gonna be a hard job. But if you got no choice, right, so you have to press down on things, no choice, okay, activate this, right? Although it's gonna be a bit of a difficult of a task, but you are gonna be given the hard power to do so, right? So just again that you want to maintain this particular dynamic for a long time is going to be very tiring, right? So because why the star number 3, just remember the star number 3 is the star of continuous growing. So which means that you chop it, you didn't actually kill the tree one, it's just the tree get hurt, then so eventually the tree will outgrow your axe. Understand now? Your axe will become blunt eventually, and the tree will outgrow your axe. So in a long drawn out fight, star number 3 usually win in fight. But if you are deterministic and you kill off the tree, then 6 win first. So 6 is the faster energy, whereas 3 is the slower energy. So if you got timeline, the longer the timeline, the stronger 3 become, the weaker 6 become, which is very normal, right? So again, father and son, if they have this long thing. So if the son is patient enough means that I wait until Lim Bei pass away. Lim Bei means father. Okay, right? So then the last one is basically star number 7, right? So now 7-4 in the purple white script or inside the 81 combination is called the stupid combination. Okay, right? Because why 7 metal cut 4, which is wisdom, right? So this is somebody who talk too much, right? So now in the olden day, again, in the olden day, the expectation is smart people usually don't talk. Because why? Smart people know if they talk in the olden day, your head get chopped. In olden day, very easy to get your head chopped, very easy to get murdered, very easy to get killed. Right? So the upper level people don't like you. They can do a lot of things to you. Right? So and there's really absolutely nothing that you can do because they are well connected with the authority, right? People in power, they're well connected with people in power, so they don't like you, they can do a lot of things onto you, you can't do much. So the problem is when you talk too much. Not like right now, right now, you can go out, do demonstration, talk piece of crap, and then, hardly anyone will do anything to you. But, it's still the same thing. a lot of people, when you look at them, you think that the fellow is very smart, you know, got a lot of title, you know, especially a lot of people, you know, like to go and buy title. A lot of title, doctor this, doctor that, professor this, professor that, whatever it is. When the fellow start talking, right, you start to see that, you know, actually this fellow no brain. This combination, a 7-4, is that sort of combination. So again, right, this is the olden day interpretation. In the newer day interpretation, the star number 7 does actually help you with the ability to be eloquent. It gives you the opportunity to open your mouth and talk. So right now, are you training yourself to talk in a proper manner? And this one is your own education, right? So the star number 4 come, you have information. The way that you tell the information, is it helping the situation? Hexagram is a great exceeding hexagram, which means this is going to be a tough gap for you to fill. Greater exceeding means that, you know, the gap is really big. Okay. Right? The gap is really big, right? So now again, if you are somebody who is determined to say that, you know, I need the platform to hone my speaking skill. I know that it will make me look stupid because at this current moment, I'm really empty, got nothing inside the brain. But never mind, I allow myself to be stupid. I still want the platform. Activate this energy. Have the courage to go out and talk. You will start by talking crap. After talking crap, kena scolded, kena laugh. Then you would open up your mind saying that, you know, oh, this one, you know, I need to be smarter in communicating this. So which means that you tried to communicate certain thing to people and it did not come out correctly. So now what happened, you know, maybe you feel ashamed, you know, things like that. But you learn a very valuable lesson, which is, you know, this way of communication doesn't work with this crowd. And hence, you now improve your communication. So it's resting on the ground that you are going to improve your eloquency, because this one gives you the platform for you to speak rubbish. Okay, but if you are the type of person who continuously to speak rubbish, but then also don't improve your brain cell, this could be pretty bad. Right, it could show you in a very difficult lighting, right? So again, depending on what sort of things that you want, right? So what sort of things that you want, you know, you can choose whichever energy that you want to use. So, you know, the one that is roughly what we call a bit safer one, Southwest, the 8-2 combination, right? So only negative things is slow, right? So, you know, if you want to build foundation, strong foundation, Southwest, activate the Southwest energy, or the Southeast energy would give you superior access to information, right? So your ability to learn basically improve, right? Worst case scenario, at least you become a big Kepochi. PC body, right? You become the central hub of busybody, at least lah. Right, so the rest of it really a bit iffy if you want to use, right? So if you're a bit iffy, you want to use, because there seems to be a bit of a level of repercussion that you need to, you know, pick up. So again, if you say that, you know, never mind, this is a learning journey for me. Again, this is just 1 month, right? 1 month activation usually is about 2 weeks, right? So, you know, you either activate the first 2 weeks, or you activate the middle 2 weeks, or you activate the last 2 weeks. Right, there's only basically 3 points of timing for you to activate, which means the first week, second week, third week, you know, either one of it you activate, you know, you're good for the next 2 weeks. Then put in the necessary action to the thing that you're doing. So that's why, you know, you need some sort of rough plan of what you are supposed to do for the month of August. Then align your activity with the energy that you want. So which are the energy that will benefit my activity that I've decided? And then you will see magic start to happen. All right, guys. And so that's basically your forecast for this particular month, right? So, you know, take care of yourself, right? So if there's anything, you know, buzz me in the Telegram. All right, see you guys.